to talk about today when it comes to trading stocks. And that quick tip is to pause and just take a breather, whether you have a loss or a gain. The thing about trading stocks is like, in a way, trading stocks is like gambling. It is a little, you get a little bit of a rush from it. It's like a drug in that sense, where you're always chasing the next profit, like a drug addict or someone is always chasing the next high. So let's say, for example, you buy a stock on Monday and it skyrockets. And by Wednesday, you've got a $700 profit and you sell it. And you can't believe that you've just made $700 in 2 days. Whereas if you were, say, working at McDonald's or Starbucks or somewhere making minimum wage, it would take you the whole week to make that same amount of money. But here you've done it from home, where you have the ability to wear your pajamas and not have a commute, not have a boss, not be micromanaged, all that stuff. And you've just made your whole weekly salary in 2 days. The gut instinct is that you're excited, that you've just made a lot of money very quickly, and you want to keep that momentum going. The urge would be to say, I made $700 in 2 days, I want to do it again, I want to make $1,400 by Friday. And you're not thinking. We're thinking irrationally, we're thinking, we're just being kind of impulsive. We're making an impulsive decision. I made a lot, I want to keep that momentum going, I want to buy another stock, and I want to close out the week strong. The problem is, in that case, we're being driven not by logic, we're being driven by greed. When you make that much money very quickly and your desire is then in turn to make that same amount of money again, you're not thinking clearly. You're being impulsive. And a lot of the times that greed ends up landing us in trouble. In other words, your $700 profit that you just made could get wiped out because you made an impulsive decision, because instead of sitting down and doing the homework and researching the stock, you were thinking with your wallet instead. You wanted more money. And instead of sitting and looking at your charts and looking at your earnings and looking at the analyst reports, you decided to roll the dice and keep that momentum going, and that ends up hurting you in the long run. So the tip of the day is to relax. So what I do is, when I have a significant profit, I get up and I leave my desk, because I usually, as a trader, I do two things. I sit there and I watch the stock continue to climb, which makes me sick. I get those knots in my stomach. I feel like, oh God, what did I do? I just made a horrible decision. Even if I made a profit, even if I made $700, even if I made $400 in 1 day, in 10 minutes, if I sell the stock at 10 and it's 10:10, 10:20, 10:30 right after I've sold it, I get sick. I feel like I was an idiot, that I was too impulsive, that I was too quick to take my profit. And sometimes I think I should buy it back, and I should continue to ride the wave higher, and I'm thinking impulsively, right? Usually what happens is, if I throw a ball in the air, the ball is going to pick up speed the higher it goes, until it starts to get to a point where it doesn't anymore. And it starts to slow down, and then it plummets. And that's what happens with a stock. So as it's skyrocketing, I sell it down here, it continues to climb. Eventually that momentum is going to usually run its course. It's going to stop. And I don't want to end up chasing something because I was being impulsive. I've done it before. I sold it at 10, I bought it at 10:30, and then it was 9:80 a minute later, and I was going, fuck! So the thing to do, the tip in this case, is to get up and leave the room. So I work on the other side of that wall is my bedroom, my office. When I have a big profit, I get up and I leave the room. I leave the room. I make a cup of coffee, I have some water, maybe I even take a seat on my couch, maybe I put on TV. See, this is one of the benefits of working from home that makes a lot of people jealous, right? They say, oh, you work from home, you don't work a real job, or, I work harder than you and therefore somehow I'm better than you, or whatever. People respond to that with a lot of jealousy. They just assume that you work from home, that you don't do anything, or that you're not as productive. Well, if that's the case, that's the beauty of working from home. That's the luxury I have from doing this. I can come out, I can make quick profit, make $700 in a day or two, come out on the couch and watch TV for an hour if I want. That helps me calm down. That helps me have some perspective. It helps me focus. It helps me just take a moment You don't have to take the whole day off, but just sit on the couch for a little bit after you've had a big sale. Because the urge is going to be, I want to make more money now. I want to keep that momentum going. And that ends up hurting us. The secret, the tip of the day, when you've had a big profit, is to get up and leave the room. If that means that you get to go out for lunch or sit in the park for a little bit while everyone else is sitting in an office being micromanaged and yelled at, hey man, that's your choice. That's the job you made. That's the life you made for yourself. You get to do that. Is it fair? Is it not fair? None of that really matters. What matters is get up, leave the room. Take a moment to just not think impulsively. That's today's tip of the day. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye.